just sent Mex the link to the meditation. Hopefully because I know sometimes she doesn't see it in her email. So
right.
But it's all good. All right. So today is the summer solstice.
Absolutely.
Okay. And what that means is that we're just going into a new chapter of the year. But this particular chapter has a lot to do with abundance. And actually, before we move forward, because we don't want to make sure that the dogs are bothering us, I'm going to go put the dog up and I'll be right back.
Yeah. Yeah, Umi is the littlest one in the house, but Umi has a very loud mouth. I think he has a little Napoleon complex.
We got the little man syndrome going on.
He really does. It shows. I mean, you know Zeus. You guys seen Zeus. He's big. And so Umi thinks that he has to be louder than Zeus to show that he's big too, because he thinks he's big in spirit. So he always...
He probably is in the spirit.
Yeah, he is. He's big in spirit. He's very loving. He follows me everywhere I go. And if I'm not like loving on him, he'll nudge me. He'll take his nose and nudge my hand. And if I stop rubbing him, he'll nudge me again, like, keep rubbing me. Yeah, they're animals of just, they're loving. Like dogs, they're so loving. Very, very loving. I can't understand how they eat them in China. Like they have a holiday in June. What they call it, some type of meat, some type of market, dog trade market days, and they trade them. It's crazy. I don't know how they do it. They have such a presence. Like they're so intelligent. But yeah, we put them up now because we can't have that in the meditation.
No. Sometimes they go in.
They do.
For real.
They really do.
All right. So back to what we were saying. With the summer solstice, this is just a really good opportunity. This particular solstice has to do a lot with abundance. And abundance comes in a lot of different forms, whether it's money, love, passion, ideas, things of that nature. Anything you can think about as far as an abundance is definitely a good time to really tap into it at this present time. Now, one of the things that we intend to do for this particular meditation is to also give you some insight as to getting answers from your higher self. Okay. So I just wanted to explain this a little bit before we get into it, because it's actually a method that was one that I learned from Mind Valley. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Mind Valley, and pretty much what the premise is. So I'm just giving y'all kind of an overview, but I'll definitely walk you all through it as we go through. But really getting in connection with your higher self, getting in flow with your higher self. And then once you're in that place, then whatever questions that you have that you want to answer to, or whatever question is the most burning one for you, you're going to set the intention for yourself to get the answers to their questions today. Okay. Now, for some of you all, you may get that answer today and it may come within the very near future, but I can pretty much guarantee you're going to get that answer. Okay. But when it comes to getting this answer, once you have that question in your mind, there's going to come a part where you say to yourself, and my heart says, okay, because your heart is going to give you the true answer that you're looking for. It's not one that's coming from your mind. It's going to come from your heart, and you're going to know the difference. Okay. So you're going to say that to yourself 3 times, and you don't have to speed through it or anything of that nature. Once again, we're going to go at a little bit of a slower pace just to really get into the mood for it. But when you say that saying in your mind's eye or in your head, and my heart says, like, say, for example, should I go for this job interview? Right. And you hold that question in your mind, and you sit there and you ponder with it for a moment, and then you ask the question, and my heart says. And you look for whatever that first response is, that's what's really going to be true for you. And you pretty much going to ask that 3 times, and that's going to really help in facilitating that so that you can make sure that you have that answer. Then once you have that answer, then you know how you need to move forward. Mm-hmm. Okay, awesome. Now, in connection with the heart as well, because this is where a lot of our abundance can come from, the meditation music that's going to be used for this is going to be a little bit different. It's actually using the your heartbeat. Mm. Okay. It's a heartbeat meditation. It's a very beautiful one. If you have some headphones, it'll be awesome to use those at this time. But right now, if you all want to get comfortable, get into whatever position you need to be in, and then once everybody is ready, just give a thumbs up or okay and let us know.
So y'all just get comfy. I'm gonna put my lip gloss on because I don't know.
You want to meet your higher self?
My higher self probably gonna be like, "No, what's up with them dry lips?"
Oh gosh!
So let me just get ready because I know my higher self. Gonna be like, Alicia, why you not taking care of yourself? I thought we had this conversation already. So let me go get ready for her.
All right. So Charlotte's good.
Okay. For this, I'm gonna sit on the ground.
Okay.
However you feel comfortable.
Yeah. So I will shut my video off. Is that okay?
That's fine. That's fine.
You don't have to worry about it.
Whatever works for you.
Okay.
Yes, I'm good.
Okay, wonderful.
All right. Well, let me go ahead and get this going. We're going to share the audio. All right.
Okay. I'm ready.
Okay. Lily, you ready?
Yeah, she said she's ready.
Okay, wonderful.
All right. Are you all able to hear this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just gonna relax. 13 deep breaths. Each time you take a breath out, just allow your body to just relax from the top of your head down to the soles of your feet. Lift your hands. would like to experience not being in control. Your thoughts, you can take them back and to sit back and observe. Whatever sensation you feel, just look at it. Pay it some attention, but don't act. At this time, you may have thoughts that pop up. Aaron. These thoughts as they come up. Wow. No stop. so well. Keep your focus present in the moment. Past, future, future. Your opportunity. Try yourself. Well, feel your curious. Moment, tired. Moment, I want you to question always. No pressure. surface questions. That you have your question. That's your purpose. Says they have received the answer. That's wonderful. It or did not still just take a moment. Just take in this moment. Feel how you open up to your heart. To acknowledge that your heart is out. That is yearning to be heard. Space up. just because this information has been that hurts. Call it whatever information is nice deep breath in. Just sigh it out. One more time. Deep breath in. And sigh it out. Just place your hands on your heart. Make your heart full of the intuition, for the information that is received on the inside. Gratitude. ahead and wiggle your fingers, toes, bring yourself back to this present moment. Each and every piece of you that bring it all back. And then you can uproot yourself and
It's funny. I'll
Right.
red.
Yeah.
Heart.
All right, so how's everybody doing? Beautiful. Once again, no rush, just take your time. Take your time.
All right. Okay.
Yeah. Switching off from there. All right, Lily, you with us?
Did you guys come back?
Yeah.
Yeah, make sure you bring all pieces of yourself back.
No, it's a beautiful space. We'll be tempted to stay.
Charlotte, you still with us?
See if Charlotte made it back.
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I mean to cut you out. But this is a beautiful space to be in. And actually, how did you all like that music that was playing?
There was like a sound that came through it.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And when I could not always hear you speak when that sound came through it. I'm not sure if everybody else. I'm not sure if it was my headpiece or something. I don't know.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, it may have been. I'm using Zoom. This is not something that we would normally use, because with Zoom, I can't control the volume of the output from the computer. So it's a totally different thing. But yeah.
The heartbeat was so nice.
Yeah.
Follow the heartbeat.
All right. So I just dropped the link in the chat for that particular YouTube video. It's about an hour long as far as the heartbeat. And to be honest with y'all, right before doing this meditation, there was one that I already had in mind, but this particular one, because I knew it was dealing about getting answers from the heart. And so just intuitively, something strong thought form came through and said, look up the heartbeat meditation. Like, heartbeat meditation? I didn't know that there was one that existed. And so that one just resonated real strong. Mm-hmm. So if y'all want to go through and listen to that one on your own time, you definitely can. We would really encourage it. But would anybody like to share their experience of what they felt or whatever type of answers they got? Oh, don't. Hey, if you don't,
I'll go first. Go first.
Okay.
I'll just help to do the icebreaker. Mm-hmm. Some people like icebreakers first, so I'll be the icebreaker. So when I did mine, put my question out there, as far as, what should I be doing? And when I asked the question, the first thing that came back was service to others. And it sounded very faint the first time, service to others. And then I started seeing different pictures, different scenes, and it came in. Some of them were like flashes of people. And I saw this lady, this Caucasian lady, and she was in Arizona, felt like it was in Arizona. And she was looking out a window and she had like a head wrap on, one of those gypsy looking blue head wraps. And it came in, but it was it was like a blue hue when I saw her. And she was smiling and she turned around and looked at me. And then there was this other Caucasian lady. She had short hair, like a bob. And in between her hair was like gold strings, really pretty. And she just turned around really quickly and looked at me, and the hair kind of like flapped, like at the back. And then she kind of went out. It's like they were coming in and going out. I was just seeing different people. And then I kept hearing service to others, service to others, service to others. And then I started hearing not the nonprofit. Like I started feeling in my heart about, really focusing in on the nonprofit. And my heart told me that we're always in communion with each other. And then it showed me examples of how it's always in communication with me. But I just thought it was my mind. But it just gave me examples of when we are in communion and how often we are in communion, so that moving forward, and I can recognize it now, because now I know what it feels like. And it was I just remember feeling very in tuned. I felt like I made some type of connection with my heart, to be honest with you, on a conscious level, if that makes sense. Now it's conscious. Before it was unconscious. Now the connection feels like it's a conscious one. So that's my tiny experience.
Yeah,
so.
It was tiny.
Tiny.
Trying to break the ice,
I've not been doing this so long, and I think I'm meditating now daily the last 2 weeks.
Nice.
Because I'm going through my stuff.
Nice.
And I'm very skeptical. So I'm not okay. Is this my mind? Is this what I really feel? Is it what I want to feel? Mm-hmm. So for me, I feel like I'm so new at this that I'm not sure what is real and what is not. And so I'm trying to find what I do now have is the calmness, the breathing, and just try to stay relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the music it really helps. It really helps.
It'll come with time. The more you practice, it comes with time, and that's just a part of building a relationship with the essence, like the inner self. What helps is to let go of labels. That really does help, to not identify with anything.
Yeah.
Don't identify with being a mom. Don't identify with being a teacher. Don't identify with any of those things. Just release it and let those labels go. Because what happens is when we identify with the labels, they come with us.
Yeah.
And they travel with us. So when it's time to step into the different space, the different essence, because we existed before the body, we were here before the mind. And because we've been conditioned in society to gravitate towards the mind and the body and all these things, it's a program. And so the more that we practice to sometimes to listen to our heartbeat, right? Or just practice just to be in that stillness, then what you're going to start noticing is a separation. You're going to start feeling a merger, right? Yeah. And then you're going to start being the watcher. You literally be able to watch your thoughts. You'll be the watcher of the emotions. And then you start to realize that you are the observer. You are actually the watcher of all experiences. And then the ego starts getting, the ego doesn't like that.
Right.
Which is the ID, all the things that we identify with, because, we can exist without the ego, right? But the ego cannot exist without us.
Okay.
Right. So imagine that. It's like a literal fight for survival.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
And just like what Alicia was saying, when you're starting out and you're building a relationship, like this particular one, like there's a couple of different ways as far as meditating. This one is more of along the lines of a stillness meditation, which is, to be honest, is one of the most difficult ones, to be honest. So if you were following along, you did pretty well. Okay. Because the reason why it's so difficult is that because you're purposely telling your body, stay here, don't move. And you're purposely saying, okay, I see these thoughts, but I'm not going to act on these thoughts. Like, for example, you may think about doing the laundry, but you're not going to get up and do the laundry. You're like, nope, I'm going to be right here in this moment. And the reason why it's so difficult is that because the ego always wants to be in motion. It wants to be doing something. And when you start to relinquish that control from ego, then your higher self gets the opportunity to step in. Okay, your higher self gets the opportunity to come in and give you that intuition and give you those little nudges to go right or to go left and things of that nature. And also gives you the opportunity to get some real answers. Because you may notice, if any of you all felt this is something I feel a lot of times when I'm in these stillness meditations, is that for a brief moment in time, I recognize that I'm not here. If that makes sense. It's hard to explain, but it's a feeling of not just not being here. Okay, it's like a moment in time that's just split. It's like it's the pause between the music. It's the silence between the music notes, to make any type of sense on that. Because, you play one note and then you play the next note, but in between is that stillness, is that silence. And that's where that's where your higher self exists. Right.
And the pause is what brings the harmony. Because if you just continuously played it all, you just hit one flat note. But that pause is what brings that harmony. Right?
Can you also feel the pause in the breathing?
Right.
Right. Because sometimes I feel it in between going into the lower breath. And in between it, sometimes I feel like I'm just at ease. And then I will focusing again on my breath.
Yeah. Whenever you feel those moments, if they're brief or if they're long, just take a moment and really absorb what just happened.
Yeah. Just take it in. And there's no rush. This is not like a rush thing. The life that we live is not a destination, it's a journey. So it's no sense in feeling like I have to rush or I can't get it or I'm new to this. Truth be told, you're not new to this. You're just going through a remembrance. So all of these things you already know on a soul level. You already know these things. You are a part. Like when you really think of it, with the fragments of the creator, the fragments of the all that always is, was, and always will be. This is us. We are a fragment of it. We are the piece of it, and only because the piece of it contains even though it's a piece, it's still the everything. So you still have everything within you, even though you're a fragment of the piece or of the source. Yeah. So it's just a matter of going through the remembrance, only because this place that we live in is so dense, it's super dense, but we already know all of this. Yeah.
Yeah. So just remember that this is like any other relationship. If you really want the relationship to be solid and foundational, you want it to last, you have to commune with that essence on a daily basis. Just like if you were dating somebody, you're going to call and talk to them on the phone on a regular basis, or you're going to go out on dates and things of that nature, just so you can really get to know each other and really be comfortable and let everything out. Because, once you're actually comfortable with someone, you can just tell them anything. If they need help on something, be like, yeah, I got you.
Right.
And so that's how it is with your higher self. So the more that you practice this type of stillness meditation, the longer those pauses are going to be. And here's the beautiful thing that's going on behind this, and just giving you a little bit of science on this. That heartbeat sends you into a trance. It sends you into the subconscious mind. And while you're doing a meditation, is very similar to falling asleep. But the difference is that you are completely awake and aware. So whatever information you receive during that meditation, while you're in that subconscious state, while you're in that hypnotic state, you're bringing all of that information back. So it's not like in a dream world where you have a dream and you got a prophetic message in your dream, but when you wake up, you can't remember it. That's because it went through the barrier of Lila and got stuck behind in dream world. Okay.
Yeah. And this is a small example. It just came to my mind. How many of y'all ever seen the movie Tina Turner?
Tina Turner?
Yeah. I Can Turn a movie.
Oh, let me see where you going.
What's love got to do?
No, yeah, what's love got to do with it? Yeah.
Y'all seen that movie, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. So this is good transition here. Now, if you guys can go back to remembering when they were in their early stages of their relationships, it was a complete narcissist and empath relationship. Like he really did her wrong. Like it was horrible. It was just one of the most horrific movies that I've seen as far as being in a relationship. To be honest with you, that movie kind of messed me up a little bit. Like I didn't even want to be in a relationship because I'm like, wow, that's a lot of control, right? But I can't remember what happened, but whatever happened that led Tina to meditation, you can see how Tina started slowly. And she didn't start out strong at first. She had to, it's a practice that she did every day. And you could start seeing the transition. Yeah. You can start the strength within her, the control within her started growing every day because she committed to building that communion with her heart, with her higher self, with higher guidance, with complete trust. Because to be in a situation like that, always fearful of your life, somebody about to kill you every day. You about to die. Eat the cake anime. Every day you have a situation where you don't know if you're going to survive. It takes a different type of strength to really bring your essence out and stand in that moment and then rise above it and still look like you're 30 at 75, right? So just saying that to say, for those of you who are feeling new to the meditation, feeling new to the communion and getting really in tune with your essence, it is not something that is impossible. It's just something like anything else that we do. The more we practice, the better we get at it. My mom used to always say, practice makes perfect, Leisha. Right? Yeah. It doesn't matter how hard it is. It doesn't matter how short or long the journey is. The more that you practice, the better that you're going to get naturally at it. Because again, it's just the remembering.
Yeah.
It's so much easier to remember something than to just learn it all again. So this is a remembering process. It's like not riding a bike for about 20 years. Right? When you were a kid, you used to pop wheelies and, around the corner, you bust your head a couple times, you get up and you go, but now you're 40, you're trying to get on a bike, you're going to be like, oh, hell no, how did I do this? But, but eventually you keep at it, it'll be like, it's a remembrance. And this is all that we're doing. It's a remembrance.
Yeah. And just to give you another real life situation is that when I first started out meditating, 5 minutes in, I'm asleep.
Yeah, I remember that.
Okay.
I used to lay down.
And then once I got to that point, I would have the sensations. I always feel like I got an itch or something of that nature. And then once I got past that point, there was a feeling like I was about to die. Like I felt like I couldn't breathe. I'm sitting here taking deep breaths, and I'm like, hold on, let's go. And for a minute, it really does make you step outside and be the observer. Because while that was happening in that last stages that I went through, I'm like, hold on, I'm taking deep breaths. And I know that air is flowing in and out of my vessel, but I'm feeling like I'm about to die.
I remember that.
And I was like, hold up. Okay. So this is a part of the ego thing. And I was like, hold on, I'm just going. And once I was able to get through that issue of feeling like I was about to die, every now and again, it'll pop up. But I just sat with that and I just gave love to that and just allowed the energy and everything to flow through to the point that it just subsided. And so just know that it definitely is possible, because even going through this particular meditation, like I really had to keep a time check on things to make sure we're not going too far and things of that nature. But because of the practice and things that I do, it allowed me to still be in a meditative trance state, even with my eyes open and walking through the meditation.
Right. And also keep in mind, when you're doing meditations, sometimes if your chakras are blocked, sometimes it could make it a little bit challenging. So I know my baby his throat chakra was blocked for some time. I remember one day we discovered that was one of the reasons for the breathing thing, because your throat chakra was blocked. So we had to go through, and I think one night you did it, like cracked the code, like you had some type of experience where you kind of unblocked it when you was you kind of woke up. Yeah. So sometimes it could be from blocked chakras, and I think we did a webinar with blocked chakras and stuff.
Yeah, we did.
That. So if you guys want to know about that, because it's a lot to it. If you guys, when you get a chance, you can just go to the webinar. What is it called? Chakras?
I don't remember the name.
I don't remember the name, but it's okay.
I know we've gone through it.
Yeah.
And actually, we're still planning on doing a more in-depth one about the chakra spinnings and things of that nature. But yeah, we have gone in. Yeah, I think we've actually done the chakras about 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, but there is one, the webinar that we did with the chakras. You can go ahead and take a look at that one, to go through.
Chakras is one of the more important stuff to talk about, though, to block them.
With the blockages, that can be a little, a little oopsie on the journey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to say like something that's going to hinder it, but just a little oopsie, that you can kick out of the way and keep moving.
Yeah. But like, once again, with this stillness meditation, this is actually a way to connect with the divine. Okay. Yeah. Even with the chakras being messed up, because just think about what's going on here. And actually, before I go into that, because I don't want to go too far, I didn't know if Lily or Charlotte had anything to share as far as their experience.
I saw some things, but I guess I'm not new to meditation, but I kind of slacked off. So it's kind of like I'm kind of new. So it's like I'm trying to gain back that what's the word?
Confidence.
Confidence. Decipher whether it's my mind or So I saw some things, but I'm still pondering on it a little bit. And then speaking on the itching, like when you're starting to meditate, I would do that, and it's like, okay, I would just stop because I'm like, why am I itching like this? I wasn't itching like this at first.
Yeah.
Right.
So I just stopped it. I never went back to it because I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I need to actually go back because that was actually the Cashapp Records one meditation. And I just really just started itching all of a sudden as soon as I started it.
Yes. So, that's the body. That's the ego. It likes control. Fighting for control. Because see, the body is the primitive aspects of us. This is the primitive, like, me, like the child, right? And it's so used to being in control that once you start getting into the meditative state, you're gonna itch.
Yeah. And it's funny because, I would just sit and I would just feel the sensation of the itch. Like I would completely accept it as it is. And after a while, it just went away.
It does go away. Yeah. But you have to get to that point, like that boiling point, if you want to call it that. And then once you get to that point where you're actually still, and then you start watching, just observing it, then it starts dwindling away. Just like it builds up with the intensity, it will have a peak and then it will start dying down again. But you have to hold on long enough for it to peak and then start feeling it dying down. And again, it takes practice.
Yeah.
The more you do it, yeah.
Yeah. To be honest, I was actually a little surprised. I didn't feel any itching. I didn't feel any movement. Like to be honest, y'all, I could have stayed here for that whole hour and not moved at all.
Yeah.
But anyway.
But it takes time to build that up.
Yeah, but Charlotte, you about to say something?
Oh, I was just gonna share. I felt tingling all my body. Also, my heart chakra was opened up pretty good.
Oh,
nice.
I see my father, and I just forgave him for all other things that happened in the past. And I started crying, so that's why I was crying for a little bit longer. When I opened my eyes, all of this, everything just started flowing out. So I had I see my twin as well. And he told me he loved me. And I loved him getting on his knee. I did see that.
Oh my gosh.
So, but like I said, I see my father, but I see my twin, and then my twin absorbed and came into my father. So I see my father, forgave him also. I told my twin I forgave him, and then he disappeared, and then I see my father behind him, and then I forgave him as well. And
wow.
Yeah, wow.
Wow.
That is dope. That is so dope.
Wow. That reminds me of the meditation that I had back in 2018, 11/11 at 11 a.m. Yeah, I'll do that. If y'all want to do some heart chakra work, that portal is very good for that. It would open you up wide. And I was crying. I had to go to different people that I guess I was holding them in my heart. And I got a chance to actually visit them and be them, like experience what it was being them in their weakest moments, like in the moments that actually making them do mean things, if that makes sense, or making them act a certain way that I was perceiving as, them coming after me or them being mean to me. But once I was able to step in, it was like, how many of them? I think it was like 7 of them I had to go to. And with those 7 people, each had different situations. And then once I felt their situation, I started crying. And because I was them. And I was able to forgive them. So I forgave them and I released them. When I came out of meditation, I was just crying. And it's like I couldn't even control the tears. It was just doing it on its own thing, just coming out by itself. Yep. So that's dope, Charlotte. That's a big clearing right there.
The color I was seeing when I started getting into the meditation was that like a swirl that like that purplish
yes
color. I see that. And then, like I said, then everything just started to go. So
yeah, you left. That's the portal. It's like a tunnel right between your third eye, and was it like going like this, like vibrating like like a spiral like that?
Yeah. The colors was like
spiraling. Yeah, that's when you're leaving.
Yeah, and that's actually one of the ways we see portals when we go into the astral realm. So it's that's really dope. And
that is dope, really, Charlotte.
Thank you for sharing, Charlotte.
Yeah, that's really sweet.
That is nice. Yeah. Oh man, I like stuff like this.
Beautiful.
That is beautiful.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah. Oh man. See, this is what happens when you just when you open yourself up.
Yeah.
Especially to your higher self, because a download that Alicia got the other day was that all of these, what would you call it? The strong thought forms and things that tell you to do certain things.
Maybe I can't remember.
Okay, but when you have those intuitive moments when you feel like you need to do a certain thing, and it's just a really strong thought form. And so she was like, that's just our future selves coming back and telling our present moment what to do. Because when you think about it, like we sit back sometimes, especially if nowadays, a lot of people think about the past a lot and they think about, I should have done this and I should have done that. And it's like, you know what, if I can go back and do such and such, I would do this. And so just imagine that, like us now talking to our teenage version, we like, no, don't go to that nightclub. Don't do that. And, that's just us in the future going back and telling ourselves like, no, you don't need to do that. And so with this type of meditation, getting into that pause, just that space will allow, some just
bring it in, let it come.
Getting into that space would allow us to be in the past, present, and the future. And because we're in that moment, we can talk to our future selves and be like, okay, well, I'm about to do this business deal. Should I be dealing with this person? And so your future self, who's already gone through that experience, and they know that, okay, yeah, I was working with that person, but they didn't work out too well. They didn't really have the ethics and things that I needed. So I wouldn't hire that person if I were going back through and doing it again. So you get that intuition and then nudge and be like, no, don't hire that person.
And this is how you jump timelines. So this is another reason why it's so important sometimes to get into that stillness, because like my baby said, that pause right there, that's how you travel those timelines, right? Because everything is happening at the same time, like past, present, and future is on a string. And if you can learn how to go up and down that string, you have a kind of different experience.
Yeah. And the thing that really kind of just brought it together for me, there's a series on Netflix. Y'all know how we like TV series every now and again, sit back and watch, called The Manifest.
Oh
my God.
Yes, I've been watching it. Oh my goodness.
I'm like on season 6. Season 2, episode 6. And since y'all told me, I binge watched.
I'm telling you, you can't stop watching it.
I binge watched until 5 o'clock, and I told myself, like, go to sleep, Charlie. It's time to go to sleep.
Man, we be up till 5 in the morning.
I think 444 on my clock on my TV, but I'm like, oh my gosh! But this one more episode, this one.
And then one more episode coming, you're like, oh God, I gotta watch the other one.
Right, like what's gonna happen next? I gotta see it.
Yeah, man,
it's so good.
Right. But hopefully I'm not going to give a spoiler alert, but I'm just going to give a little bit of something. There's a moment where they're on this ship from like way back when, and they discovered that the anomaly or the situation that they're going through now actually happened way, way before a long time ago.
Boom.
Okay. And so what happens was there was a moment in the captain's journal from like 1600s, whatever that was, right? And he mentioned a silver dragon in the sky.
Right.
Now, at the time, he didn't know what it was because he's in the past and he didn't see an actual plane. He didn't know what a plane was. A plane was never created. He just saw it as a silver dragon in the sky. And so what happened was that anomaly that they went through, which caused them to skip 5 years, was also happened simultaneously in the 1600s with this other guy and his crew.
Exactly.
So there's a pause that if we can access that pause, it will give us access to everything that happened in the past, everything that's happening now, and everything that's happening in the future.
Yep. Okay. That was dope, right? You Gwen, you gotta watch, man.
What do you think? I'm gonna write
it.
Yes.
So they just got the manifest, so.
Yeah, it's very, and because we do have these similar experiences that you're going to see on Manifest, that's what makes it so intriguing. Is because you can actually see yourself in these people. And, it kind of helps you to feel not so cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs,
Right.
Because there are actually other people out here that's having this type of situation and experience, right? It's happening to us.
Yeah.
Right?
It's been happening
to us. A lot of crazy stuff, man.
Yeah.
Things that you cannot explain using logic. Just can't.
It's also a show or a series. It's on Amazon, though. It's called Solos. And I started watching it. It's you got to pay attention to it, And you were speaking about past, present, and future. She's trying to get to the future so that she can fast forward to where her mom passes, so she doesn't have to keep dealing with the pain and stuff. And so her future comes in as her past, like kind of tricking her, like, oh, we can definitely do this. And then she actually turns into her future and she tells her that, basically telling her that you can't change what you're trying to change, but she actually did change it. So it's a lot.
Solos, we'll check that out. We'll check it out for sure.
It has Morgan Freeman in it.
Oh, so that should be a good one. And y'all should check out Infinite too. Have y'all seen Infinite yet?
The movie?
No, I remember you said that I was going to watch it.
That one would blow your socks off the walls.
Oh, the trailer alone blown my mind off.
Yeah.
The trailer?
Yes. Yeah. You're going to start remembering stuff because some of these movies, man, it's like they trigger certain memories within us. And it allows us to have certain awakenings, like a literal remembrance. Because when you look at the Infinite movie, you would really start, even some of your dreams, you'll start realizing, wow, that was a past life. That was not even a dream.
Yeah.
Sometimes you wake up from certain dreams and it's nobody that could tell you that wasn't real, like you didn't experience it. Right? So it's just different states of consciousness and awareness. But that infinite, man, listen, we don't die, guys. We don't die, okay?
And that's and moreover, there was one of the reasons why to do this meditation, because it's, y'all, I can't really put it into words. Okay, I just really can't. It's just something that
You're some high.
Yeah, it's something that I'm experiencing, and is leading me to, really getting into this space and encouraging others to get into this space as well, because they all have their own space. And this is where the magic happens, in a sense. So when you get an opportunity, definitely do your meditations as much as possible. Continue to do your shadow work, because it's always going. We haven't reached the end of ours.
It's a journey. It's a journey. It's not a destination. It's a journey.
I don't know anybody who's reached the end. It's like, oh, yeah, I dealt with all my crap.
Jesus did it. Jesus did it.
And so, hey. But I don't even know. He's still flipping over tables. He may not have dealt with it all.
Man, that's how he dealt with it. He's gangster.
Yeah, but it's just a matter of becoming one with it, and just day by day, more and more aware.
That's it. It's just awareness. Awareness is the key to everything. Yeah. Because the more that you are aware, you literally give yourself more options, pretty much. Because if you're not aware that something is happening, you're kind of just flying by, you're doing stuff on accident. And sometimes, you might do something that's okay. But when you step into that awareness, it's a different ball game.
Yep. All right.
All right, guys. Well, that's all we got.
That's all we got. We ain't gonna hold you up too long.
Thank you so much.
Hey,
thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for coming. We love you guys so much. Thank you for being a strong part of this experience and for helping out the collective, guys. Because you know what we always say, when one heals, the collective gets stronger.
Yes.
So thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Peace out.
Peace.